Hey, welcome to the channel. It's Jack, the muscle and mobility maker with Stronghold Strength and Conditioning. And today, I'm going to be taking you through scapular cars step by step. But before we get into it, make sure you take a moment and hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on future content like this. Every Saturday, I'm putting out videos showing you how to resolve aches and pains, prevent injuries, and overall optimize your performance inside the gym and outside of it in your daily life and routine. And it doesn't get better than that. So take advantage of it. Ready? Let's go ahead and dive into this one. All right, like I said, today we're going to be taking you through scapular cars. And if you're not familiar with the term cars, that's short for controlled articular rotations. And it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. We're going to be placing the arms in a position where we're kind of getting some external force here so that we can use that for feedback to our system of our arms. And then we're going to be taking it through as big of a range of motion, a circular range of motion as possible, trying to hit the majority of our scapular movements in that controlled articular rotation. So the goal here is to cover as much ground as possible with that range of motion, activating as much of the musculature around the scapula as possible so that you can feel that activation through each piece and part. Maximizing that circle really opens up our range of motion overall and our control through that range of motion. So it's that active range of motion that we're really interested in, how well we control that we're going for here with our shoulder blades in particular. So this can be helpful if you have any scapular dyskinesis or issues where you have poor control over the shoulder blades. If you have weakness around your shoulder blades or shoulders in general, you're lacking stability, this is going to be helpful. And really it's just something that can benefit the overall. If you carry tension around your neck and shoulders, this can help you in that way as well. So there's multiple ways we can use scapular cars in your daily routine. Overall, I would recommend it as a simple practice that you could perform until you really get the movement down nice and smooth, controlled, and through a large range of motion. But we're going to break it down piece by piece for you, and that way you'll be able to master it as much as you possibly can here. Ready? Let's go ahead and take a look at it. All right, so we're going to perform these from the half kneeling position, and we're going to break up each piece to start here. So we're going to start with protraction of the scapula. Now in that tall kneeling position, you want your glutes tight, so we're keeping a nice solid base. Your abs are going to be braced so that your ribs are pulling towards your pelvis. And from here, we've got fists at about chest height, and we're really pushing the wall away from us where we're separating the shoulder blades. So you can see the shoulder blades rounding. This actually causes my thoracic spine to round as well with that. And that's okay. We want that movement from the thoracic spine. Once you have that protraction down, you're going to do about 5 reps of it, then you can move into retraction of the scapula. So this is the reverse movement where we're actually squeezing the shoulder blades together, and you're going to let your chest move toward the wall here. So we want to focus on really letting our shoulder blades meet in the middle and then bringing the chest toward the wall. The only thing that's moving, you'll notice, is my scapula. So throughout these movements, we want to make sure that the arm is staying stiff at the elbow. We're trying to keep the elbow as straight as possible. We're also trying to rotate the elbow down toward the floor a bit, okay? We don't want it to be flaring out wide, so we're trying to minimize any flare from the elbow, keeping it rotated in. Now, once you have both of those movements, about 5 reps of each, you're going to combine the two. So you're going to go from a protracted to a retracted position. And it'll almost feel like you're arching forward and then maybe arching back a little bit with your spine in that. So there is flexion on the protraction, and then you'll see extension a little bit on the retraction of the scapula here. So again, about 5 reps there. And then we'll move into elevation and depression of the scapula. So now elevation, we're going to be shrugging the shoulders. That's just a fancy way of shrug the shoulders up to your ears nice and high, okay? And squeeze for a few seconds while you're up there. We want to make sure we're maxing out that elevation as much as possible, and always coming back to about neutral to start so that you really get the hang of it. So just relax, comfortable position, right back to neutral for those first couple reps. Once you feel you've got a good handle on that elevation, now we can start to drop them down into depression a little bit more as well here. So you can play with just pulling the scapula down into your mid back. Now here we're going to see more of those mid to lower back musculature engaging right below the scapula, the mid trap, lower trap. All of that's going to be working hard here to get my scapula pulled down into my mid back. And you can see each of those muscles firing to really help pull into that position. That's exactly what we want. We want to see where there's hindering movements or limited movements to what we're trying to actually perform here. Once you have both of those pieces down, now start to combine them once again. So here you're going to go from elevation to depression in the movement, pulling the scapula down after you shrug them to your shoulders. Now what we've done is we've built 4 checkpoints, and we've started to really improve those 4 checkpoints. So once we have those 4 checkpoints, we're going to use those to make our full scapular cars here at this point. Okay, so we want to make sure that we're hitting each of those points along the way as we go. And again, it's about 5 reps of each here. First, we're going to start with protraction, go up to elevation, back down into depression, and then we're going to retract with that depression at the same time there. So retraction and depression are happening together here. Nice big circles, again, still really being conscious of trying to maintain as stiff of an arm as possible, making sure that you're not letting the elbow cave if you can help it, and also keeping that elbow slightly rotated in. With the cars, you're going to do about 5 reps in one direction, as full of that range of motion as you can really max. So with each rep, try and increase, and then you're going to reverse directions and go back the other way. So you'll start with actual retraction and depression first, and then take it up through elevation and protraction from there. Again, you can use these for multiple purposes, but the nice thing about it is that there's no equipment necessarily needed. You could definitely do it without the wall as well. I've seen it with a yoga block held between the arms and other variations, but it's a very simple movement that can help your shoulders in a big way. All right, and there you have it, a step-by-step approach to learning scapular cars so you can make the most of the movement and use it to benefit your shoulder health overall in your daily routine and practice. If you like this video, make sure you're letting me know by clicking that big thumbs up down below, and take a moment to share this one with a friend. Maybe they struggle with shoulder instability, maybe they have some shoulder aches and pains that they're dealing with. Anything along those lines, scapular cars can be helpful in the process of resolving those issues. If you're somebody who struggles with shoulder pain and you've had it for some time now and you're ready for some direct help from me to fully resolve it, what I want you to do is drop down below in the description to fill out a coaching application and schedule a mobility blueprint call. This will be our opportunity to get on a Zoom call together so that I could take you through a full assessment, gather all the information I'm going to need to tailor a program specific to your needs, and then lay out for you in full detail what that program is going to look like. The duration of the program, number of sessions per week, equipment you need access to, how I coach you through the process, how I'd actually deliver to you. Any of those questions you have will get answered for you on that call, and then we'll go ahead and get you moving in the right direction. So if that sounds good to you, drop down below right now, fill out that coaching application, schedule that call, and we'll start moving in that direction. Last but not least, if you have not already, make sure you take a moment and hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on future content like this. Every Saturday, I'm putting out videos showing you how to resolve aches and pains, prevent injuries, and overall optimize your performance inside the gym and outside of it in your daily life and routine, and it does not get better than that. So take advantage of it. Welcome to the Stronghold Army. We'll see you next week.